There's something magical that happens when your net worth hits $100,000. Suddenly, it feels like the gears of wealth building finally click into place, and everything just starts working faster and smoother. But why is that? And more importantly, how do you even get to that first $100,000 when it feels so far away? Let's break it down together because this could be the turning point in your financial life. Why is getting to $100,000 feel so hard? The reason is simple. It's mostly up to you. In the beginning, your income is limited, your expenses might be high, and the money you're saving or investing isn't growing fast enough to feel impactful. It's easy to feel discouraged. Think of your financial journey as pushing a heavy car. At first, it barely moves. You're sweating, struggling, and it feels like nothing's happening. But once that car starts rolling, the weight doesn't disappear, but the momentum takes over. That's what happens with your net worth. The first $100,000 is tough because you're building from scratch. You're working to save, invest, and pay off debts, all while trying to make ends meet. When you're building to your first $100,000 early on, every dollar you save or invest feels like a drop in the ocean. You're working hard, saving bits and pieces, and growth is slow. But also, wealth isn't just about saving money or working harder. It's about leverage. And at $100,000, you finally start to feel that leverage working in your favor. That's because money, when it's saved and invested smartly, begins to make more money. This is what people mean when they talk about letting your money work for you. So what is the reason to why $100,000 net worth feels like a turning point? This is because of compounding effect. For example, if you invest $100,000 and earn a modest 8% annual return, that's $8,000 in 1 year generated from your investments. That's $667 per month without you lifting a finger. Compare that to when you were at $10,000. The same 8% only gives you $800 a year, not even enough to cover a month's rent. See the difference? With $100,000, the growth feels real. This shift is why $100,000 isn't just a milestone, it's a launching pad. Your wealth starts growing faster because the base you're building on is bigger. Then there's the psychological shift. It's not just the math, it's the mindset. Hitting $100,000 feels like proof that your strategies work. You realize you're capable of achieving big things. And that confidence creates a snowball effect. You start making smarter financial decisions, saying no to things and investments that don't work, and staying focused on what really matters. You're no longer stuck in survival mode. Now, you're playing the game of building wealth, and every decision you make starts to compound the benefits. Getting to $100,000 isn't easy. Let's not sugarcoat it, but it's absolutely achievable. Now let's get practical. If you're thinking, okay, that's great, but how do I even get to $100,000? Here's the game plan. 1. Start with a clear goal. You can't hit what you can't see. Break it down. If your goal is $100,000 in 5 years, that's $20,000 a year, or roughly $1,667 a month. Maybe it's not realistic to hit that right away, but it gives you something to aim for. Adjust based on your income and expenses, but keep that target in mind. 2. Increase the opportunity gap. The simplest formula for building wealth is this. Spend less than you earn and invest the difference. And what's the difference? The opportunity gap is the difference between what you earn and what you spend. The wider that gap, the faster you'll reach $100,000. But here's the twist. Focus on both sides of the equation. Yes, cut unnecessary expenses, but also work on boosting your income. Take on a side hustle, ask for a raise, or learn a high-income skill. If you're making $50,000 a year but spending $48,000, it's going to take forever to build wealth. But if you can earn $50,000 and live on $35,000, that's $15,000 you can invest every year. Even an extra $500 a month can shave years off your timeline to $100,000. 3. Live like you're broke for now. Here's the mindset shift. The more you can save and invest now, the easier your future becomes. It's not about depriving yourself forever. It's about prioritizing your long-term goals over short-term indulgences. Small sacrifices add up. 4. Invest early and consistently. Every financial expert says it because it's true. Investing early is the cheat code to building wealth. The secret sauce. You have to make your money work for you. Saving alone won't cut it because inflation will eat away at your cash over time. Invest in index funds or ETFs to keep it simple and low risk, dividend-paying stocks or real estate. The earlier you start, the more time compounding has to work its magic. Don't wait until you have a lot of money to invest. Start with whatever you can. For example, if you invest $500 a month with an average 8% return, you'll hit $100,000 in about 10 years or even earlier if you increase that amount. But if you wait 5 years to start, you'll miss out on almost half of those gains. 5. Avoid bad debt. High-interest debt, like credit cards, is the enemy of building wealth. Before you focus on investing, knock out any bad debt that's draining your cash flow. Once that's under control, you can redirect that money toward your net worth. 6. Avoid lifestyle inflation. This is where so many people get stuck. The moment they start making more money, they start spending more. That nicer car, bigger apartment, new gadgets just launched by a company, or extra vacation might feel like rewards, but they delay your progress. Keep your lifestyle modest while you build. The future version of you will thank you. 7. Automate your growth. The best way to stay consistent is automation. Set up automatic transfers into your savings and investment accounts every time you get paid. Same with also paying bills and debts. Automate paying them to avoid forgetting small but important payments. This ensures you're not only always paying yourself first through savings and investment, but also alert on paying essential expenses and debt. All this enables you to remove the temptation to spend. 8. Track your progress relentlessly. When you're working toward $100,000, it's easy to feel like you're not making progress. But numbers don't lie. Track your income, expenses, and net worth every month. Celebrate the small wins. Every $10,000 milestone is a big deal. Tracking keeps you motivated and helps you spot areas for improvement. Once you hit $100,000, everything changes. You've built a strong financial foundation. Now, your money starts to work harder than you ever could. The growth becomes exponential. 100K turns into 200K, 200K into 500K, and before you know it, you're crossing into millionaire territory. Here's what's beautiful about this stage. You don't have to rely as much on you. Your investments, your savings, and your strategies start to take over. You start feeling financial freedom. You're no longer working just to survive. You're building a future where your money gives you choices. Choices to take a dream vacation, retire early, or even quit a job that doesn't fulfill you. But let's not just talk about numbers. The real reason your first $100,000 is such a game changer is how it feels. It feels like security, like freedom, like you're no longer one emergency away from financial disaster. It's the turning point where you realize you're capable of building wealth, no matter where you started. You might have struggled, doubted yourself, or thought it wasn't possible, but hitting $100,000 silences all those doubts. It feels like options. You can say no to that toxic job, invest in your dreams, or help out your family without worrying about how it'll affect your bank account. That's why hitting this number is worth every bit of effort and sacrifice. It's not just about the money, it's about the life you can build with it. So if you're on the journey, keep going. It might feel slow now, but every step forward is bringing you closer to that breakthrough moment when everything starts to click. And trust me, you'll look back and realize it was all worth it.